Happy Tuesday. Dude, I got home from Japan. When did I get home from Japan? Sunday night. Jet lag, kicking my ass still. I am not a human being. I don't know what I'm saying right now. This is probably a useless video. Let's go with it. But while I was out of the country, I found something I'd wanted for a while, and I ordered it online from Amazon, and it's going to make a difference in my hand controls on my road glide, so I thought I'd share this because this is cheap, it's cool stuff, and it makes a huge difference. So one of the things that irritates me, and I knew this was going to happen, I was going to figure it out, is when I put my 18s, you don't know that story, you can go back into history, but I have 18-inch KST handlebars. I don't know what, they have a lot of different models, but these are the ones that are adjustable down at the base. I'll show you in a minute. They're Mayhems, or I don't know, maybe I'll put it on the screen, or maybe not. But anyway, they're 18-inch KST handlebars on my 2022 Road Glide. When you have bars that tall, you have to change cables, obviously. I get that question all the time, and I get sort of varying responses. Do I need to change cables? What do I need to buy? You know, when I put bars on my bike. And up to 14s, I'm told you're okay with your clutch cable and brake line. You just need to extend the wiring. Not okay with the clutch cable, I'm sorry. You have to buy a longer adjuster. I think it's Bad Daddy, Big Daddy, Yo Mama, something makes makes the longer clutch cable adjuster thing to do that. Maybe I will put it on the screen. I apologize in advance. But you have to extend that via that apparatus, which is not hard. Your brake line, I think, is okay. And then the wiring extensions you can get from a million different places. I think KST sells them on their website. Anyway, but you can get them from a lot of different places. Your brake line's okay. Clutch cable needs to be extended via that thing. And then you got to stretch your wiring a bit. Now, when you go as tall as 18, you got to change everything. Everything's got to come off and got all new ones. So I have new brake lines, clutch cable, you know, wiring extensions, all that stuff to make these bars work. I'll show you real quick the bars. But that creates another problem. So here are my bars. I absolutely love them. I do. Foreshadowing. I don't have everything I need to change the body on this, but that's going to be a cool video. Watch for that one in the future. They're sitting there ready to go, and then I realized I'm missing one part, so I wasn't going to tear this guy down until I had everything. But anyway, there they sit, you know, mocking me as I walk past them. So it creates a problem when you have the longer cables because you got, you know, floppiness, sloppiness. I don't like that, right? But we knew this was going to be a problem when the boys at the Fairing Exchange, God love them, Paul and the crew, when they put my bars on, they were like, you know, you're going to figure out cable management, which I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And one of the dudes from Fairing Exchange showed me on one of their guys' bikes these clamps you can buy, which honestly I had never seen before. I don't know how, but they are metal clamps that go around the bar that shoot off here a little bit and have another clamp that just holds your cable nice and still. And it just looked really nice. So I got online, found them on Amazon. Now I know what you're saying, and it's probably the same thing that I said. And more stuff from Amazon, because it's hit or miss, right? Amazon stuff can be good, it can be crap, you don't know. But what I didn't know, and I'm seeing more and more of on Amazon, is legitimate companies with legitimate good parts just selling them on Amazon, right? So as example, these clamps, I'll show you what I got. These two right here. These I bought on Amazon, but from Hill Country Cycles. Hill Country Cycles is a legit manufacturer of all kinds of stuff, bikes and everything, in the hill country of Texas. So they're just selling their parts on Amazon. Now, I'm sure they source these elsewhere because the package say it came from someplace else. Who cares, right? They look really nice. The chrome looks good. They look well made. Hill Country's a good company. So, you know, I'm sure these are good. I don't remember what I paid for these. I will have to put it on the screen. I want to say they were, I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, but they weren't much. It wasn't a crazy amount of money, 20, 30 bucks a piece. I don't know what it was. And these are going to clamp around my bars. Make sure you get the right size for your bar. These are big-ass bars. They're very thick. They're at least 1.5 inches. So these are going to go around the bar and then hold the cables on either side. One side is going to hold the clutch cable. The other side is going to hold the brake line. And it's going to look real nice and hold them still. So I also have some other stuff I ordered, but maybe I'll do a separate video. I ordered a similar kind of thing made by Motion Pro, which is a good tool company, which reminds me now that I need to order a seal driver for when I do the chrome front end on this bike. Motion Pro makes tools and stuff. It's good stuff. They make the petcock on my chopper, the seal driver I used when I rebuilt the forks in the chopper, and now I got to get a bigger seal driver for the Road Glide. But anyway, Motion Pro is a good brand. They make it's just a little guy size of your, pinky nail that's 2 cables width. Do I just have the damn thing? Yeah, here. I'm sorry, maybe this. Right? I have a third one of these because I'm going to use it for the clutch cable on my Cholo bike. But I'm going to use this on my Cholo also, and I'm going to try it out, and if it works really well, then I'll get it pretty much for all my bikes. But I use these like plastic, see those, to hold the clutch cables, and they come off, you know? This guy obviously should do a better job. So I'm going to try this out later on the Cholo and let you know how it goes. But for now, let's get these kinds of things put on my my Road Glide. All right, so I already sized it up, made sure that it's going to fit, and it does just fine. I was sort of skeptical because most of these, you got to look, most of these are 1 3/4, or I'm sorry, 1 1/4 or whatever, and I needed 1 1/2, so I had to hunt to find them that were supposed to be the right size, but these do fit good. So I bought those. Again, Hill Country Cycles is the company, but all right. So thread lock, got to do that. Otherwise, I could just see this vibrating out, you know? So use thread lock. Gonna go ahead and put that on the screw, throw that on there, and this is not a complicated install. All right, I'm already really freaking pleased with these. So there's plenty of space for the cable to slip through if it needs to. It's not clamping down on it. It's just a single Allen screw, which is a 5/32 that goes through that and the other side. It's just mindless. And then what I did was, I didn't want it up high where you could see it. I just sort of slid it down. Oh, hang on a second. What are you doing? Stop. Camera crap. So it was up here when I first put it on. I just slid it down until it kind of felt natural, you know, like that seems like a good spot. So that can slide through when I'm turning the handlebars, but still just kind of hold it in place so it's not flapping and crap. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this guy down and then figure out where the right spot on this size will. And it's big enough that I know that the clutch cable isn't going to be a problem over here too. So let me snug this down and we'll do the other side. How truly uninteresting is that? It's done. They're both on. It's 2 screws. You know, put on the brake side, found a happy spot. Too many jokes. For the brake line, and it will pass through the bracket. They're not even like squeezing the hell out of the bar either. It's not like you're clamping them on. You just don't want them to scoot around on your bar. So you tighten them up. I mean, I could probably even grab the clamp and twist on it and move it. Not gonna, but you probably could. But that's not what these are for. This is not a structural component. This is just keeping your wires in kind of a nice place and look nice while doing it. Same thing with the clutch cable. So when I put the clutch cable one on, I put it on with just the screw, just, you know, barely started with the threads and moved it around until I felt like I wasn't pushing on the cable or anything. It does not squeeze on the cables. It's not pinching them at all. There's space around them. Here, I'll show you. Brake line, for example, I can move it. You know what I mean? I can even move it around in there. All we're doing is keeping it from being floppy and messy. And the clutch side right there was the right place to put it. It's exactly where it was naturally. There's room. You can see there's a space around it. It's not getting pinched right now. You know, they're fine and dandy. You might say, like, what about this other wire? This is messy looking at the moment, almost on purpose. Why was this? God, this camera crap. Because it's my tuner. So this is not going to stay on there. Yes, this is like, well, don't you look cool with your freaking tuner up there? No, you look like a schmuck. So this is clamped on, and this wire is run down, zip tied to the clutch cable, and then under the tank and to the ECM, are plugged into the bike so that I can run auto-tune. The bike is just stage 1. There's no reason for me to worry about having it professionally tuned. Auto-tune is fine for a stock bike, for the love of God. So I'm running auto-tune just to make sure it's not running too lean, and then when we do a cam in this later, I'll do a basic auto-tune just as for a sort of a fun because experiment. All the tuners will tell you, if you do anything but, you know, tune with me, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. I get it. That's their business. Of course they're going to tell you that. But what we're going to do is auto-tune it so it's healthy and running okay and the bike's not being hurt. And then we're going to take it to a tuner and compare the difference. So I don't know if I'm going to go to All-American down here in South Florida, or I'm going to go up to those dyno guys that are in like Sarasota, I think. I don't know. But we'll, after I've auto-tuned it a bit and the bike feels like it's healthy, we're then going to take it to a tuner and see what the difference is. I'm sure there will be a difference, but we're just going to let everyone figure out for yourselves. Like what, you know, I got 3 more horse and 6 more torque for $700. You know what I mean? Like, we'll figure that stuff out. But, so there you go. I really like these things. I bought them. No one gave these to me, so quit your bitching. These, again, were Hill Country Cycles. But I bought them on Amazon. I'll put the link to where I got them. I don't even know if they have any left. I feel like I got the last 2, but I'm sure there'll be more. But I'll put the link down below on Amazon, and you can find it and order them for yourself. And then later, I'm going to put on the one on the Cholo bike, which might not be as easy because the clutch cable on the Cholo is long and loopy. So, maybe I'll put it down low, right? And then we'll stabilize those clutch cables a bit. And I still need one for the brake line. Oh, maybe I intended for that for the brake line. Maybe that's what it was. I got that one for the brake line and the throttle cables, because clutch cables, woo, you're not going to really clamp that down. So, all right, that's it. I'm home from Japan. I apologize for disappearing for so long. I love you all to death. I really do. And then we'll be doing a lot more fun stuff. That, I hope to do that before Leesburg, which is this month. So we're just waiting on one more part to come painted, and we will do the full body swap to do. That's the Sueño, if you want to look it up right now. This color is radioactive green, and this airbrush set is called the Sueño. So you see you got fish scales and scrolly and designs. It's kind of choppery. I like it, man. That's why I picked that one out. So we're going to put that on the Road Glide here in a bit. Today, that's all I got. Love you all to death. Take care of each other out there. We'll talk real soon. Bye.